Hi Stampers, these are the videos for the month of July for Stamp Club, the post-it note holder that we did, and I'm going to do another video for the card. So the first video I'm going to do is for the lovely little post-it note holder that we did for Club. Hopefully you can see that. It's using a fitting occasion stamp set, the 1-inch circle punch, the modern label punch, some of the new DSP, and it's simply one piece of cardstock that holds a stack of post-it notes. So let's review how we did that. First off, we're going to need our cardstock that is 3.5 by 8. 3.5 on the short side, 8 on the long side, means you can get 3 of these out of one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, which is awesome. The first thing we're going to do is bring in our Simply Scored. And I think you can see this here. I've got markings at 2, 2 3/8, 5.5, and 5 7/8. So scoring on your long side, 2, 2 3/8, 5.5, 5 7/8. And then we're done with that. Easy peasy. We're going to fold all of our score lines. And this is actually Sahara Sand that I'm using, the cardstock color, in case you were wondering. And then we have a little bit of the DSP. This is the DSP paper stack that has some of the new in colors in it. And the piece of DSP that we have is 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. So 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. And when you line this up with your cardstock, you're going to see that there's one side that it's going to fit a little bit better on the smaller side. So there actually is a smaller flap and a larger flap to your post-it note holder. And this is supposed to go on the smaller flap. And I'm going to round the corners with the new Project Life corner rounder. Best to use it upside down so you can see exactly what you're punching. Some people, I've heard in the past that some people have had problems with the corner rounders, but I haven't had a problem with this one, which is lovely. It's a deeper corner, a deeper round, which I like. And I find it works really well, better than the other corner rounders that they've had. There we go. Put some snail on this. Match that up. So then we've got our top and our bottom. You can round the corners on the bottom as well if you like, on the bottom flap. It's really up to you. It doesn't matter. Easy peasy. Now the next thing we're going to do, I'm not going to stick the post-it notes on yet, but I am going to put it inside the cardstock. And I'm going to push the flaps up nice and tight to where I would like it to be, and how it's going to lay when it's closed. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper piercer and my button. I'm going to lay my button where I would like it to go. I'm going to take my paper piercer and I'm just going to put 2 little dots on. They're not completely through a piece of paper, it's just a guide. And now I'm going to take my piece of paper and my full mat and punch the 2 holes. Okay, so just mark it first with your post-it notes inside, and then take the post-it notes out and pierce right through. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to sew on a button. As you can see on this guy, used a little bit of the linen thread and I sewed that guy right onto the piece of paper. It holds a little better, and I find better than using just a brad for a closure. I like the button a little better, it looks nicer, but it holds a lot better as well. So what I've done is I've strung a piece of the linen thread through a needle, and I'm going to go in one side and out the other. So really all I'm using the needle for, it's not fancy sewing, I'm just using the needle to get the linen thread through the button. And then it's set to tie. Now, all I did with this linen thread was just a double knot. You could do a nice little bow. You could do a double knot with this guy, tie a bow separately, and use a glue dot to put it on the top. It's completely up to you as to what you want to do. Anything goes. I'm just going to snip off the edges of the linen thread there. So there we have it. We've got our cardstock, we've got our DSP, we've got our button sewn on to hold it closed. Now that the button's on, I'm going to put the Post-it notepad in. Now I am just simply going to snail for the sake of the video. Some people will take this off and just stick the actual Post-it notes in, or you can use something a little bit more sturdy like the fuse or the Tombow glue to hold it in. Completely up to you. And depends on how long you want it to stay in there. Some people would just like it as a gift, almost as a wrapping, and then to take the Post-it note out. Other people would want it to stay permanently, so this can be the pad that sits on their desk. So it's completely up to you. Now, I have already cut out a piece of the Lost Lagoon with the modern label punch, and I've got a little bit of scrap here. So I'm just going to snail this guy onto the front. And now I'm going to do a little greeting using a fitting occasion. Lots of stamps in this one. There's 24 pieces to this particular stamp set. And I'm going to use the Made for You, Made by Me for You. And I think I'm going to use little coffee mug this time. I don't think I've used that one, but lots of different images that you can choose from. The stamp set has little one, it's your birthday, good luck, congratulations, made by me for you, thanks so much. Some backings, some backgrounds, and then all of these little images here. Love this set. So I've got my coordinating ink, my Lost Lagoon, and my Hello Honey. And I am going to stamp the Made by Me for You with the Hello Honey, and then a little coffee mug with the Lost Lagoon. There we go. And all of those little circles fit in the 1-inch circle punch. So I can punch that out. I'm just going to grab a Stampin' Dimensional to raise that up a little bit. Center that, and there you have it. There's your Post-it note holder. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 1 piece of cardstock, 4 scores, sew on a button, a little bit of decorating on the top, and away you go. Stocking stuffer, teacher gift, a little add-on to a gift. Great little project. There you have it. Go ahead and make your own. Have fun and happy stamping.